If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor, schedule a colonoscopy. This is a mound that I've been using for about 3 years, 4 years. It's kind of like a modified hugelkultur, but that one is kind of decomposed almost completely. We're growing some radishes and some onions. And now we're going to go off to, wish this zoom worked a little better. Alright, off to the mound that I've been using for 2 years now. This will be the 3rd year for this mound. You can see it's still a little swollen now. You can see kind of the structure around it with the wood. On top of the wood it gets grass clippings. I'll be showing you that here in a second. But each year you kind of pile on. The one I showed you first is going to get kind of this treatment here. I just wanted to show you kind of like the stages of everything. Now on top of this will all get grass clippings again. And then on top of that I have a bunch of sawdust, which I'll be showing you here in a minute too. So off we go. This is going to be our pot for our landrace plant that we got from Dr. Danknugs. Shout out to Dr. Danknugs. So we got radishes and onions growing in there also. These pots have been amended with rabbit crap so far, and that's it. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to harvest most of that stuff and then leave the rest, and we're going to cover it with grass clippings, and it's going to become some of our nutrients for later in flower. Some of the slow release stuff. This is our well. At one time it was 9 feet deep. I dug it out myself. That's how I know it steps up, or it steps down from here to there to there, and then finally down here. It's collapsed in over several years, but you stick a stick down there, it still goes 8 feet, but the mud's like 6 feet deep right there. Thick, or thin mud where you just sink. Anyways, let's get on with it. Here's our original mound that we'll be addressing and amending next, I guess, after we're done with this here. This is what it kind of starts out as. The main structure along here has been here for a couple of years. I only this year got rid of the brush infestation that was in here, a lot of buckthorn. Old decomposed tree that was collected on site, just 50 feet from here. Some of it was just from right over there. It now will get a layer of grass clippings on top, except for the center part, where that's where we're going to be growing our plant, and that's where we're going to be feeding and everything. That will be top dressed later on. Right now we're just getting the structure on the outside good and sound so everything can start cooking. Not that it's going to get that hot, but cooking in the form of getting things going. There's a lot of fungal activity going on in that tree. You can see that pretty plainly. So probably break that off and shove it right in here somewhere. Not that I have any scientific back into that, but pull a little thistle out of there. You're growing something good. That was a healthy ass looking thistle plant. Alright, so grass clipping cover, then sawdust. Here's our grass clippings. Let's get zoomed back out here. Alright, I've got 2 tarps full of grass clippings. Got about 6 bags of precious sawdust. Folks, this I'm going to be using nutrients this year, but after this year, this thing should feed itself with that pond water and maybe some, compost teas to prevent disease. You can see we're right near the water table. If I was to dig in the natural level of this ground, it'd be in water, so it's beneficial. This is the reason I started this, what they call hugelkultur a long time ago, is to keep the moisture in. I wasn't even thinking about the decomposition stuff. I didn't know that, whatever. This was started years ago. Anyways, with that one over there. Yeah, so after I'm done here, we'll get another video. Thanks, everybody. Peace. Oh, here we go. This is my, that's my light deprivation chamber there. I'm light up into small white widow. We'll see how that goes. Adios.